Welcome to another session of MTech Pro, where we introduce you to some advanced manufacturing employers. Today, we're going to meet Mr. Don James of Cornell Forging, and he's going to take us through a lot about his organization himself and maybe some opportunities that they have available that possibly you can apply to. I am going to introduce our Dean of Engineering and Advanced Manufacturing, Mr. David Grisadas, who's going to take us through that series.
Thank you, Sharice. Don, welcome. I'm glad you're with us today. Would you please introduce yourself and your role in the organization, maybe how long you've been with Cornell Forge?
Okay, thank you. My name is Don James. My role with Cornell Forge is I'm the Human Resource Manager. I've actually been there 28 years. I started on the shop floor, making parts, producing, and I took advantage of our schooling program that we currently have, and went to school for business, and they paid for it. And now I'm in this role now as Human Resource Manager, Safety Manager, Payroll Manager, and the whole 9 yards.
That's a great story. Thank you. And then tell me, do you currently have positions that are open and you're looking for candidates for?
Actually, we do. Right now, we're searching for maintenance technician. We're looking for an electrical maintenance technician and a millwright maintenance technician. Those are the two positions that we currently have available, and we're always looking for great CNC programmers.
Very good, very good. All right, I am going to share my screen and call up a video of your facility, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we see that's going on. Tell us, where is your company located? Where's the plant located?
We're located in Bedford Park. The address is 6666 West 66th Street.
All right, a whole lot of sixes. That's good. All right.
So right here, this is our press, and we're forging press parts. This is our hammer. In fact, this is the hammer I started working on. So right now they're doing lasers to check the dimensions of the part. We're making gears. This gear here is actually for the railroad industry.
Okay. And so you're producing the raw forging, and it's going to go to another supplier, and it's going to get machined, right?
Machine, heat treating, and the whole 9 yards. Yes, sir. We just produced the raw forging.
Is this that same machine?
This is the same machine.
So you purchased the raw material, the steel?
We purchased the steel, and the steel comes right in raw material, and then we, from that point, we cut it to the size we need to make, and then we forge it. That part there,
yep.
Golf club. At one point, all Cornell made was golf clubs.
Wow, that's really interesting.
But now we're in a much wider industry. At this point, we produce for oil, gas industry, recreational industry, the trucking industry. Anything that generally moves will be a candidate to forge parts for.
Very interesting. We've seen a number of things in the video so far. Right now we're looking at, looks like a CAD program or a computer-aided engineering program.
Yeah, correct. And this is what our engineers do. They actually make the part on the screen, and from there they send it to our CNC department, our die shop, and from there they make the actual dies from this print from the engineers.
There's the part.
Those are, yes, sir. Those are the parts there. And here, this is our metallurgist, where he looks for to see if make sure the grain flow is correct, make sure there's no cracks on the inside of the forging, and the whole 9 yards. So those are four we make. Those
Yeah,
are press shop dies that's being measured.
okay, so this is a lathe we're looking at and a
Correct.
die in the lathe, and you have people in your tool room maybe working on those parts to make the production pieces?
That's correct. So yeah, those dies there are used for our press shop. They go in our presses, and the bigger dies we make, they go in our hammer, our drop hammers in the forge shop. This is the machines we use to make the dies.
Mm-hmm.
So those parts that we saw made, those are those parts that came back from the machining company.
Okay, from your supplier?
Yep. Our die supervisor there, John Forster, who does a great job with our dies in our CNC program. So they're cleaning it up. They didn't made it, and you see they're cleaning it up now.
And then that's
So
all
that's
your raw material? Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's where we receive and cut all of our raw materials. It's being cut to whatever size we need, the job that need. Now this is our drop hammers. That's our press. So this operation here, after it's made in the press, it has to be trimmed out. And they throw the flash away. This is our shipping department here. This is where we send the parts to be grinded. They need to be grinded, to be checked, and to be coined at times if they need to be. We try not to send parts there, because when they're there, that means they need to be reworked. And so the more you touch a part, the more profit you lose.
Inspection gauges.
I was just about to say, this is our inspection department.
Mm-hmm.
We call them hot inspectors. They actually inspect the parts directly from the unit that's running. And once they do what they need to do, we will send them over to shipping if it requires, and they code inspect them.
Very good.
This is our supervisor, Frank, who just retired on this month after 43 years of service there.
Wow. I'm going to stop sharing and we can continue talking. So 43 years of service, quite a career. And do you have a lot of people like that at the plant that have spent?
You know what we had, okay, up until I want to say 2017, our average years of service was 20 to 25 years. But of course they got older and started retiring, so we started bringing new talent in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So right now, our average years of service is still high, up to 10 to 15 years.
Very good. All right, so let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
When you bring a new employee in, how will you bring them up to speed?
Well, you know, it depends on what position we're bringing them in for. If we're bringing an employee in to work on our shop floor, we make sure they have a month and a half to 2 months of training before they can even begin to operate the machinery. Because it's heavy machinery and it can be quite dangerous. So we want to make sure the safety aspect that they are prepared before they even start touching any of the machinery.
Yeah, we saw a lot of PPE in that video. Gloves, jackets, helmets.
Correct. And we supply all the PPO, but our number one thing is safety. We want to make sure everybody leave the plant with all the limbs that they came in with.
A good way to put it, yeah. And what kind of skills are you looking for in your candidates?
So in our soft skill department, that's what we call with our shop shop guy, soft skill. Mainly, we're looking for someone that's willing to work with people. We're looking for someone that with punctuality and dependability and willing to be a part of a team, because on the shop floor, they work in crews. And when one person don't show up without prior notice, it disrupts the production of the shop. So now we're scrambling to try to get it running. And each hour that hammer or press is not running, that's $6,000 an hour that we're losing in production. So we need to make sure everything is always going. And with our skill production, like maintenance technician and CNC individual, we're looking for the same thing, someone to be part of a team, punctuality, willingness, always keep learning, because technology is always evolving and we need to keep up with what's going on in the industry.
Very good. And if somebody's interested in following up, if they like what they see in this discussion, how should they follow up with you, Don?
You know what? On our website, cornellforge.com, you can actually fill out the application on there, and it sends it directly to me, and I look over the application. Or you always welcome to visit the plant. Fill out application 666 West 66th Street. But now with technology, we very seldom get in-person candidates to fill out application. And I'm fine with that.
Right. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I feel like I've been on a tour of your plant today with seeing those pictures, and I could almost feel the floor shaking from that forge. Don, really appreciate it being an MTech Pro and helping to bring your company and the opportunities to our students. Thank you very much, Don.
Thank you so very much. It was my pleasure.
Don, I just wanted to add one really quick tidbit, because I had the pleasure of actually taking a tour of your site. And Dave, as I was walking up, I was hearing that this loud banging noise. And I asked him, I said, how is it that you can sit and listen to this all day? And he said, I've been doing it so long, I only get concerned if I don't hear the noise. I was like, wow, that's a lot, you know. But I just wanted to say thank you again for being a great manufacturing partner. And one thing that I think that sets Cornell aside from other organizations is I know that you guys are open to hiring people with you know, different adverse backgrounds, criminal backgrounds. You told me that you guys were open to all of that. So I just wanted to let everybody know that you guys are open.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you, Don. Take care.
Thank you all. It was my pleasure.
Take care, Don. Thank you.
Take care.